And welcome back to the Kenny and JT Show here on News Talk 1480 WHBC out at Browns training camp today. And a pleasure for us. We remember this guy when he was a pup. Literally, he was a pup, a McKinley Bulldog, and he made his way through the McKinley program. Then he went off to Bowling Green, and now he's a member of the Cleveland Browns, drafted by them this year. Harold Fannin Jr. joining us. Good to see you again, Harold. How are you?
I'm good. How about y'all?
Hey, we're great, man. Better now that we get a chance to see you as a Cleveland Brown, an NFL player. A dream come true, I've got to believe, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely is.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you were at McKinley, I'm curious, because we've had a number of athletes in Stark County, football, baseball, that have performed very well at the high school level, and they've become professional athletes. A couple of baseball players, yourself and Dominique, another Bulldog, right, with the Bears, Dominique Robinson. Were you thinking when you were in high school about being an NFL player? Was that a dream of yours?
It definitely was a dream of mine, but no, I wasn't thinking that far. I was just trying to get to college. That's the furthest I thought about it.
All right, so take me through playing for Antonio Hall, Coach Hall. He just texted me a little bit ago. I told him I was going to chat with you and everything. I got some ideas I want to talk to you about. But what was it like playing for Coach Hall at McKinley?
It was definitely great. Just because he used to play for McKinley, things like that. He allowed us to kind of just show our personalities when we out there, and it was a great time.
Yeah, Coach Hall, great guy, and we keep in touch quite a bit, and he had nothing but great things to say about you, and I can understand why. It was a dream in high school. At what point, though, at BG, did you say to yourself, you know what, I am pretty good at this, that dream might become a reality? Was there a game, was there a play, was there a point in your BG career that you said, you know what, I am going to play in the NFL?
Oh, man. I'll probably say when we played Penn State. After I had a game like that, I'm like, okay, like I'm playing with the best of the best. I'm starting to show it, and then from there on, I was just playing football.
You were dominating. That's what you were doing in the MAC.
Football from there on.
Because I looked it up here. Bowling Green Falcons 2024 MAC Offensive Player of the Year, first tight end ever to do that, right? Third team All-American on one, second team All-American on another, first team multi-All-American teams you made this past season. 100 catches, 1,342 yards, 9 touchdowns. That was just last season. That's a career for tight ends in college football. You were able to do that in one season. What was it about this past season, your junior year, where you were able to excel with those numbers?
I definitely, got to get back to my coaches. They put me in the right position. And then obviously the connection I have between me and my quarterback, obviously going through summer, whatever, just getting on point, things like that.
Did you get a feel after the season comes to an end? Because you and I talked, along with my partner JT, when you weren't sure what you were going to do yet. We all figured you were going to the NFL, right? But you weren't sure. You're playing it cool. I get it. And then you make that decision, right, that you're going to go into the draft. Did you get an idea after going through interviews and everything that the Browns really had an interest in you?
Yeah, I definitely knew they had an interest in me. But like again, you just never know really, because obviously everybody asks you questions, interviewing you, things like that. But obviously, I end up here. That's what goes.
What about that phone call? Take us through what it's like. We don't know. We're radio idiots, right? We think we know what we're talking about. We don't. You've experienced it. What's it like getting that phone call from the Browns saying, we just selected you?
Man, I was just chilling around the house, and then when you finally get it, I just answer the phone, man. And I'm like, you kind of like, is this real? So then, you kind of like, obviously you're really excited because it was about to happen. And then, obviously once they say it on TV, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like popping champagne, but like everything is going great. You know what I mean? Like flowers, rainbows, everything.
That's awesome. Harold Fannin Jr., our guest here on the Kenny and JT Show, tight end for the Cleveland Browns, number 88. Why 88? Somebody said, ask Harold why he picked 88.
Oh man, it was the best thing left.
Oh, that was couldn't go with the 0, right? That you did at BG. So 88. Hey, 88's a good number. And you know what? You can make a name for number 88, right? It's Harold Fannin Jr.'s number now.
There we go. That's the goal.
All right, what's camp been like for you here? What's been the, I guess the biggest adjustment you've had to make from college ball to the NFL here with the Browns in training camp?
I definitely just say the offense. I feel like just focusing on that, the playbook, how quick things come around. Like we're already in game week, for the preseason game for the Panthers. So I definitely just say learn the playbook.
And here we are today. You'll practice. Then you'll have a little, meetings and walkthrough. Then you're off to Carolina for a live practice with them, and then the game on Friday. So what's game week like for Harold Fannin Jr.? Do you have a set schedule that you do specifically, or is there one that the team follows and you follow that?
Yeah, obviously I'm new here, so we finna see like how the team does it. Then after I get comfortable with that, then I might break off and do something. I'll see that.
All right. So one of the things we know you can catch, we know you can yak yards after the catch. We know all that. You're a stud there. Blocking is a big difference in players that I've talked to over the years. That running back, wide receiver, tight end, going from college to the pros, and you're doing it. At times, I'm guessing, going up against one of the best defensive players in the world, in Myles Garrett. What's that been like whenever that's happened on the practice field?
There's going to be some ups and downs, there's going to be some corrections made. But at the end of the day, it's just getting us all better, Like, we just building off of each other.
If you can handle him, or at least get in his way and look good, then you should be able to handle anybody, right?
Pretty much. Hopefully slow everything down.
Iron sharpens iron, right? So that's the attitude that a lot of coaches take, a lot of players take. Harold, in your conversations with Coach Stefanski in his offense, what have they told you your role is going to be this year?
Obviously watched my last year's film, so kind of things like that. As camp goes by, you can time to tell like how they move me around a little bit. Kind of got me doing, not just tight end, just kind of wide the playbook up for us a little bit.
So you're going to be all over the place.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal.
You like that?
I love that.
Was that something that they use you in that form at BG as well? So it's not totally new to you. It's something you're familiar with.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
All right, what do you consider Harold Fannin Jr.'s strength as a football player?
My strength? Probably say my mental toughness. Definitely one of my strengths.
And where does that come from? Everybody, it's different. I always like to ask, how did you become mentally tough? Where's it come from for you?
I had an older brother, so I think just growing up, just competing with him, whatever it is, playing the game, whatever, football in the front yard, I think that just kind of carried on. So when I'm out there just playing, I just want to win. I hate losing.
All right, so mental toughness is your strength. Where's an area of improvement that you think you need to make?
I'm doing it today. Just working on my body. I feel like that's the main thing. Just trying to be a professional, not an expert.
In high school, you were the best of the best. He was our Stark County Player of the Year, first team All Federal League Player of the Year. Then you go on to college and All-American, first team All-American, MVP on offense in your league. So you've always been the best of the best. What do you think it's going to take for you to be like a Travis Kelce, a Kittle, or any of the other tight ends in this league, even the Chief, David Njoku on this squad?
I feel like, there's a certain solution. So I feel like, it's been working for me, and that's just keep working hard, keep, over communicating things with the people in that building over there.
When you look back on the journey here, what is the one moment maybe that was the most surprising part of that journey that even opened your eyes to here you are playing in the NFL? What was there whether it was before high school, in college, what's been the biggest eye-opening moment for you to get to this point?
The biggest eye-opening one? I'd probably say the first day I got dropped off into college was like, man, like I'm really growing right now. There's just a lot going on at the time. Just adjusting to change. So I think that definitely was an eye-opener.
All right. Most memorable moment as a McKinley Bulldog. What was it for Harold Fannin Jr.?
Oh man, probably one of the pep rallies. For the games when we play that team out west. I definitely say one of them.
For our listeners in Stark County, they know, but people that are watching, here on Facebook and YouTube and that, I'll say the name. It's Maslin, and it's kind of ironic you're wearing orange now. And I've got the Pups colors on, so we're representing right here. But the greatest rivalry in high school sports is McKinley-Maslin in football, and you mentioned the pep rally. Give them an idea of what that week is like leading up to that game.
Oh man, it's the world's greatest week, man, to be a high school football player. You know, you're doing all these type of events. You know what I mean? The whole school is just really behind you. You're doing a whole bunch of school events and things like that. And, you know, obviously you can play the team out west, man, and, you know, obviously try to get that L back. That's what he's playing for.
Yeah, and hopefully it's been too long, right? You know, and there's been a coaching change, you know, and Coach Hall did a great job, but hopefully sometime soon, if you're a McKinley fan, you want to get that bell back in Canton and not up the road a little bit, right?
Right.
Yeah. Harold, last thing, and we'll let you go. Harold Fannin Jr., our guest here on the Kenny and JT Show. Harold, goals for this year. What do you have? Individual goals? Are you one of those kind of guys? Do you have just team goals, a combination of both? Where do you come out on that?
My goal is really just trying to find where I fit in and just make an impact. That's really it. Just be an impact player.
Well, the Browns drafted you, I think, to be that impact player in the third round this year. You come on board, and you're going to have a lot of family and friends pulling for you in Stark County, Canton, in Cleveland, and everything. And we really appreciate you spending time with us. You did so when you were in high school and college, and now as a pro. We are thrilled that things have worked out for you, and we'll be following you throughout this entire season as well as your entire career in the NFL. Congratulations, and thanks for making time for us.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate y'all coming up, man.
Oh, love it. Hey, for you, I told Gibbsy, I said, no, we want Harold. No offense to anybody else. We want our own from Stark County, Harold Fannin Jr., to join us here on the Kenny and JT Show. We'll do this again in the future, man. Have a great season, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right, we're going to break in right now. We'll come back with more of the Kenny and JT Show live here at Browns Training Camp in Berea.